Welcome to this comprehensive guide on C# XML documentation comments. This powerful feature enhances code readability and maintainability. By embedding documentation directly within your source code using a special XML-based syntax, you create a self-documenting system. This benefits individual developers and collaborative teams, ensuring clarity and understanding throughout a project's lifecycle. These comments allow developers to embed detailed documentation directly within their C# source code. They use a special XML-based syntax, structuring documentation with tags for summaries, parameters, and return values. This direct embedding ensures documentation is always alongside the code, making it easy to update and keep consistent as the code evolves, fostering better code quality. C# XML documentation comments are crucial for improving software development. They boost code readability, allowing quick understanding of functionality. They enhance maintainability with clear explanations for complex logic. They also aid discoverability, especially in larger projects or team environments, where efficient understanding of existing components is vital. XML comments seamlessly integrate with IDEs like Visual Studio, serving as the primary source for IntelliSense. This provides real-time context and usage information directly within the code editor. IntelliSense displays summaries, parameter descriptions, and return values, guiding you on correct API usage. This instant feedback reduces external lookups, making coding faster and less error-prone. The fundamental way to initiate an XML comment block in C# is simple. Type 3// directly preceding a type or member declaration. This applies to classes, methods, properties, and fields. In Visual Studio, typing // automatically generates the basic XML comment structure, including summary, param, and returns tags. This speeds up documentation and ensures consistent starting points. Now, let's demonstrate how to apply standard XML comment tags to a simple C# method. This practical example shows exactly where and how to place these comments and how the IDE assists in their creation. You'll gain a clear understanding of the basic syntax and the immediate visual feedback received when documenting code effectively. The summary tag is the most fundamental XML documentation tag. It provides a concise, comprehensive description of the type or member it precedes. This summary should clearly explain what the class, method, property, or field does and its primary function. It's the first information developers see in IntelliSense, so it must be informative and to the point. When documenting methods, clearly define each input parameter using the param tag. Each param tag requires a name attribute, matching the parameter's name. Within the tag, provide a detailed description of what that specific parameter represents, its expected values, and its role. This ensures anyone calling your method understands what arguments to pass, preventing misuse and improving usability. For methods that return a value, the returns tag is essential for documenting the output. This tag describes the method's return value, explaining the data type, its meaning, and any specific conditions or states it might represent. For instance, if a method returns an integer, the returns tag might specify if it's a count, an ID, or a status code. A clear description helps consumers interpret the method's result effectively. With our XML comments in place for the add method, observe their immediate impact within Visual Studio. As we type a call to our add method, IntelliSense springs into action. It displays a rich tooltip, dynamically populated with the summary, param, and returns information. This instant, context-sensitive documentation means you don't have to navigate away from your code. All details are presented right where you need them, boosting productivity and reducing errors. This immediate feedback from IntelliSense, powered by XML comments, significantly enhances the developer experience. It transforms coding into a fluid, intuitive interaction. By making code easier to use and understand directly within the IDE, developers write code more confidently and efficiently. This speeds up development, reduces cognitive load, and allows focus on problem solving, leading to higher quality software. Beyond core tags, C# XML documentation offers other useful tags. The exception tag is vital for documenting exceptions a method might throw, specifying the type and conditions, helping callers handle errors gracefully. The Remarks tag provides space for more detailed explanations, usage notes, or implementation specifics that don't fit into the concise summary. This is perfect for elaborating on complex logic or design patterns. The example tag is valuable for providing practical code snippets demonstrating how to use a member. You can embed actual C# code illustrating common usage scenarios, making it easier for developers to understand and adopt your API. A well-crafted example often conveys more information than text, showing exact syntax and expected behavior, especially for complex methods. Beyond IntelliSense, C# XML documentation comments can be compiled into a standalone XML documentation file. To do this, enable a specific option in your project's build settings. This generated XML file is a structured, machine-readable representation of your code's documentation, consumable by external tools. It transforms embedded comments into a portable format, ready for publication, making your API documentation accessible outside the development environment. To enable XML documentation file generation, access your project's configuration settings in Visual Studio. Navigate to Project Properties for your C# project. Select the Build tab. Within the Build tab, locate the Output section. This section contains settings for how your project's output files are generated, including the documentation option. Within the Output section of the Build tab, find the XML documentation file checkbox. Checking this instructs the C# compiler to extract all XML comments from your source code and compile them into a separate XML file during the build process. An associated text box usually becomes active, allowing you to specify the generated XML file's name and location. This simple action activates documentation file generation. With the XML documentation file option enabled, building your project will generate a corresponding XML file. This file is typically named after your project's assembly, for example, myproject.xml, and is placed in the same output directory as your compiled assembly, such as bin/debug. This ensures your documentation is automatically updated and packaged alongside your code, always remaining current with your latest changes. The generated XML file is a highly structured representation of all documentation embedded in your source code. It contains information from your summary, param, returns, exception, remarks, and example tags, organized in a hierarchical XML format. Each documented type and member has its own entry, with child elements corresponding to the various XML documentation tags. This structured format makes it easy for other tools to parse and interpret your documentation. The true power of generating this XML documentation file lies in its ability to be consumed by external documentation generation tools. These tools transform the structured XML output into comprehensive, professional-looking documentation websites, API references, or printable documents. This automates polished documentation creation, saving countless hours. Your code comments become the single source of truth, ensuring consistency and accuracy across all documentation outputs, making your API accessible and understandable. Among the most popular tools for transforming XML documentation is DocFX from Microsoft. This powerful, open-source system builds API documentation for .NET projects. It combines your generated XML documentation file with Markdown to create a comprehensive, navigable documentation website. DocFX supports various output formats, including HTML, allowing you to publish professional, interactive API documentation that is easily hosted and shared. Another powerful tool in the .NET documentation ecosystem is Sandcastle, specifically the Sandcastle Help File Builder. This tool generates comprehensive MSDN-style documentation for .NET assemblies. You'll recognize the clean, structured, and navigable format it produces, similar to official Microsoft documentation. It allows extensive customization and integrates with your XML documentation to create professional help files, including CHM files and websites, providing a high-quality documentation experience. A helpful tip for writing XML comments is to leverage the cref attribute. This attribute creates robust cross-references to other code elements within your documentation. For example, use cref equals another method or also cref equals my class within your summary to link directly to other methods, classes, or properties. This creates an interconnected web of documentation, allowing users to easily navigate between related components and understand the relationships. The primary advantage of using the cref attribute for cross-referencing is that it ensures consistency and provides resilient navigation. Unlike hard-coding a string name, cref uses the fully qualified name of the reference code element. If you refactor and rename a method or class, the cref link will automatically update during compilation or provide a warning. This prevents broken links, maintaining documentation integrity and allowing users to always navigate to the correct definition. To maximize the effectiveness of C# XML documentation comments, adhere to best practices. Be clear, concise, and accurate. Clear means using plain, understandable language, avoiding jargon. Concise means getting straight to the point, providing essential information. Accurate means ensuring documentation precisely reflects the code's current behavior and purpose, avoiding misleading or outdated information. Following these ensures your documentation is truly helpful and trustworthy. Consistency is paramount when documenting your codebase with XML comments. Adhering to a consistent style and level of detail across all projects ensures every member is well documented. This uniformity makes it easier for developers to read and understand documentation. A consistent approach fosters a documentation culture within a team, making it a standard part of the workflow, leading to a more robust and maintainable codebase. Ultimately, diligent application of C# XML documentation comments makes your code significantly easier to understand, use, and maintain for all developers. For current developers, it provides immediate clarity and reduces the learning curve. For future developers, it acts as an invaluable historical record of design decisions and functional intent. This investment pays dividends by reducing bugs, accelerating feature development, and ensuring long-term project health, fostering a more collaborative environment. In conclusion, mastering C# XML documentation comments is a valuable skill that significantly contributes to professional software development. It elevates your code quality, enhances team collaboration, and ensures your APIs are accessible and understandable. By consistently applying these techniques, you demonstrate a commitment to producing high-quality, maintainable software that stands the test of time. This skill set is a hallmark of an effective developer, making your contributions more impactful and projects more successful. We hope this comprehensive guide has provided you with a clear understanding of C# XML documentation comments and their immense value in modern software development. Remember to integrate these practices into your daily coding routine to reap the full benefits of improved readability, maintainability, and discoverability. Thank you for watching, and we wish you happy coding as you continue to build amazing applications.